We're going to begin with breaking news because President Trump says he is ready for Americans to get back to work by Easter Sunday, even though the World Health Organization now says the U.S. could soon be the global epicenter of the outbreak. Today, the governor of New York said cases in his state are growing so rapidly there won't be enough beds in hospital ICUs to handle all of the sick. New York now accounts for about half of the more than 53,000 confirmed cases across the U.S. About 700 people have now died nationwide. Another sign of how dramatically the world has changed, the Summer Olympics have been postponed until next year. On Wall Street today, the Dow had its biggest one-day gain since 1933 after Congress signaled it is very close to an agreement on the largest stimulus bill in history. We're talking about more than $2 trillion. So we're going to begin tonight with Meg Oliver, who is at the center of the crisis there in New York City. And Meg, I understand there's some breaking news for people who have been in New York in the last 2 weeks, right?
That's exactly right, Nora. We just heard a stunning announcement from the White House task force. Anyone who recently left New York City or who has spent time here in the last few days should self-quarantine for the next 14 days, just proving how quickly this virus is spreading.
We haven't flattened the curve, and the curve is actually increasing.
Today, a stark warning with the peak of the pandemic just 14 to 21 days away. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo told the country to sit up and pay attention to New York.
Where we are today, you will be in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We are your future.
With nearly 1 out of 4 New York coronavirus patients in intensive care, Cuomo outlined a desperate need: 40,000 more ICU beds and 30,000 ventilators.
Where are they? Where are the ventilators?
Vice President Pence responded a couple hours later.
Earlier today, FEMA from the national stockpile shipped 2,000 ventilators to the state of New York, and tomorrow there will be another 2,000.
Though for the governor, it is not nearly enough.
You pick the 26,000 people who are going to die.
In Teaneck, New Jersey, the crisis is just as dire.
It's incredible, and it hits so fast.
Dr. Serge Seger with Holy Name Medical Center says his entire hospital has just 10 ventilators left, and they're running dangerously low on supplies.
How desperate are you for more ventilators?
You know, that is a big, huge concern.
But there are signs of recovery. 32-year-old photographer Matt Schulte tested positive after a shoot in Aspen and had severe complications. He's now recovering in California.
I'm obviously an example of how it can affect a young, healthy person. But more importantly, it's the effect that you can have on everybody else.
We did get a clue as to how the virus spread so quickly here. White House Task Force Research Coordinator Deborah Birx believes subway riders who touch contaminated metal surfaces where the virus can live for days may have accelerated the spread. Nora?
A reminder again about washing hands. Thank you, Meg.